I have a bit of a knitting curse at the moment, and with this challenge I want to try and break that. This year I have knit a lot more than I have any other year so far, and I think a lot of that is because I've been taking on smaller projects. And these are great, but they tend to come in pairs. So I think I've only knit one hood or hat, and honestly, I should probably knit more like hats. But what I've been focusing on is a lot of socks and gloves. I knit 2 pairs of gloves at the start of the year, fine, managed to complete them. They were a little bit of thicker yarn, and then since then, I have had a bit of an issue. I have not been able to knit a pair of anything, and I know this affects a lot of people. I have knit 1 strawberry sock, 1 Norway sock, 1 goose sock, and now 1 Kitten Catch Mitten. And I can't really wear any of them because they're not a pair. So the easy thing to do is just finish them. And I did think of making a video where I finish all of my whips to kind of motivate me to do that, but I think that's quite a long-winded video, and I do want to do, not to watch by the way, more to make. I do want to make a project vlog at some point, but I'm just a bit concerned about losing footage between the start and the end, or forgetting to film, which is honestly probably more likely than me losing anything, is me just forgetting to film the intervals and stuff like that. But I do want to do one, and I probably will do a video like that where I finish all of my whips, but I was also trying to think of what would be a good way for me to get over this, I can't make a pair of anything. The Kitten Catch Mitten I'm obsessed with. That is definitely, I'm definitely finishing it. I'm definitely finishing all of these things. The colourwork is so satisfying. The yarn that I'm using is Knitting Prolive in merino. The blue is so beautiful. I'd been seeing it online everywhere, and I was like, I just really want that blue, and it is as perfect in person as it seemed online. But then I got to the thumb, and I don't like doing thumbs on gloves anyway, but a colourwork thumb is for me anyway, some kind of new hell that I've discovered. That's a little strong. It's not that bad. I think it's just because it's so fiddly. I don't know, when I finished that I was like, thank god that's over. And I got kind of colourwork fatigue. All of my projects that aren't finished are colourwork. My plan is I'm going to do this challenge to break my curse, to prove to myself that I can do a pair of something, keep myself accountable as well, because it's the whole point of the video. And then after that I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the Kitten Catch Mitten, then I'm probably going to do the goose sock, and then I'm going to do the strawberry sock. I also wanted to explain how I think I got myself in this situation. So the first one I made was the goose sock, and I just kind of got a little bit bored of the motif, so I was like, oh, I'm going to do the strawberry sock, and then I'll go back to the goose sock, and then I'll go back to the strawberry sock. Nothing wrong with that in theory, everything wrong with it in my terms of actual practice. So that's kind of how it started. But I am glad that they are all quite different. So the Kitten Catch Mitten, I'm obsessed with the colour, I'm obsessed with the yarn. I really want to finish it. I just think I'm feeling a bit fatigued after doing such a tiny thumb. And then I think I'm ready to go back to the goose sock, because I knit the main body of that, the main colour, in Rowan yarns, and it is beautiful, really nice to work with. I quite like working with rustic fibres. So I'm kind of excited and ready to go back to that one now. And then the strawberry one, I love the picot edge, I think that's how you say it. So no ribbing, and I'm here for that, because I think I've mentioned before how much I don't really like ribbing. But anyway, that's my plan for after this challenge, but what the challenge actually is I'm gonna knit a pair of socks in 24 hours. I know some people are gonna be like, why? If you've already got so many unfinished whips, why are you gonna do another one? I just think it might do something for the completionist element in my brain, oh, I've done it, so I can do all of the other ones. That, and I've had this hank of yarn for quite a long time now, a good few months. I got it when I was last in Wales visiting family in Cardiff, and it is this. It's so beautiful. Look at it! So it's by West Yorkshire Spinners. I have used some of their sock yarn for socks before, and they were actually my favourite pair of socks I've ever made, I think. It's so soft, the one that I used before. And I think it is called Mallard It's like, I think they've got like a bird series. It does feel a little bit more rustic. This is a DK weight. That's another reason I'd like to use it for this challenge, is it's a little bit thicker, so in theory it should knit up quicker. It's called the Shetland Tweed. I am having a tweed thing this year. Like everything I seem to pick up is tweed. But I just love the colours of this. I think it's going to make such a rustic looking socks. I think I'm going to use 4mm 9-inch circulars for this, which is what I used for my gloves. They're the Knit Pro ones. They're metal. I do usually prefer using wooden ones because I just prefer the slight grippiness of those. But I will say that I think using metal needles does seem to like speed up my knitting process. They're just a bit quicker. Just a little bit more information about this. It's a 100-gram hank and it is 246 yards, so I should have more than enough for a pair of socks. I'm not going to include me winding this as part of the 24-hour challenge because I don't have a Swift, so it's going to take me a while and I don't have a ball winder. I literally just use myself. Part of me doesn't want to wind this because it looks so nice as it is, but that is not the point of yarn. I'm not going to include the swatching. I wasn't gonna swatch, but I think I have to because it's socks and they notoriously are a little tricky for me to find the right size. I've only knit one pair of socks that fit me amazingly, and the pair of socks that I knit before that fit me really well, I'm going to use the same pattern. It's the contrast heel sock pattern, but I'm just not going to do a contrast or anything like that. I'm just going to use this for the whole thing, but I thought I might as well reuse the pattern because I really liked it and it gave me a really good fit. And yeah, in 24 hours, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I've never timed myself. I do think I could definitely knit a pair of gloves in 24 hours, so I'm hoping I can with socks as well if I just commit to it. A couple of you guys gave me some really good suggestions for shows to watch, so I'm just going to put a show on. I'm going to wind this and then I'm going to swatch this evening, and then I'll probably start making the socks in the morning because I've got the day off tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a little bit tonight and then carry on tomorrow. Some people might see this and be like, duh, everyone can knit a pair of socks in 24 hours. I have no idea if I can or not. I'm not a super slow knitter anymore. I was, but I wouldn't say I'm super fast. I don't knit continental, I knit English as well, so I think that can slow me down a little bit. Well, that just seems to be the general consensus anyway, is that continental is a little bit faster than English, and I know that I don't knit continental. I have tried, but I don't know, my tension's always terrible when I try and do continental, so I'm just sticking with what I know for now. It's not going to be very motivating for me to break the curse if this takes me like much longer than 24 hours, because I guess it's kind of trying to prove to myself that I can finish the project in like half a day if I've only got half a sock to do. Well, not half a sock, but half a pair. It is literally just started chucking it down with rain again. I very nearly like filmed how sunny it was 5 minutes ago because I just knew this was going to happen, but it's a nice vibe. Look how cute this is. Are you serious? We got this at a pop mart, and I've never been in a pop mart before, and we got him in a blind box and I love him. It's so cute. I really want to like collect as many of these as possible, like whenever we go to a pop mart. And now I'm actually gonna start winding this thing. So I have wound the ball and it is actually still as pretty as the hank, and I have done a bit of a weird swatch, but I was being quite lazy. It looks a bit ridiculous as is, but I'll try and show you. So basically what I did was I casted on the required amount of stitches, which I think was 24 to meet gauge, and then I've just done half, like I've done 5 centimeters instead of 10 high, just to see if I'm like hitting that by like halving the amount of rows I'm supposed to do. The row gauge is on, but the stitch gauge is a little off, which I was expecting because the needles don't correlate to the pattern needle suggested. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to size down for the pattern and still use these needles because I really like using them. Okay, so I'm like almost an hour into the 24-hour challenge. I'm at 37 minutes and I finished the cuff. Honestly, I finished this a lot quicker than I thought. I thought this was going to take me a few hours for some reason. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. It's a little gappy, but I kind of knew that was going to happen with the ribbing anyway. But it's not too gappy, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I checked through my notebook because I think I'd mentioned in my last video that I'd started doing ribbing a slightly different way. And basically I knit one and then I purl through the back loop instead of doing knit one, purl one how you usually would, and I do think that helps make it not look so gappy anyway. I just did a standard cast on. I think that's something that I need to expand upon with my knitting, is like different types of cast on. I definitely still just use the way that I learned for pretty much everything, but I know that there's quite a few different ways to do it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna stop recording for today and pick up tomorrow. But I'm still gonna carry on for the evening, and I guess I'll check in with you in the morning and see how much I managed to get done tonight. 6 hours, 38 minutes and 37 seconds. We're one whole sock down, which I can't actually believe that. I started to think that when I finished the ribbing, this was actually going to go a lot quicker than I thought. I was thinking like 12 hours per sock, obviously, for like this 24-hour challenge, but I literally managed to do it in half that time. The ribbing took me about 40 minutes, and then the main like body of the sock took me 2.5 hours, and then like the heel with increases and decreases I think took me up to about 4 hours. The rest of the foot and the toe, I literally just used one needle set, which was these, which are the Knit Pro 9-inch circulars in 4.5 millimeters. So yeah, it's knit up insanely fast. I'm not actually feeling the fatigue of like casting on the other one. I'm absolutely gonna do that this afternoon. Probably gonna do a little bit of yoga, maybe go get a coffee and then cast this on. I feel like maybe in the future I might try and time my projects anyway, just to see how much time I'm actually investing in each of them. I'm also thinking, seeing as this is only taking me literally half the time up until now of what I thought it was going to take, I might still do the full 24 hours and just see what I can get finished in 24 hours. A quick knitting tangent that I have is I wondered if anyone has used yarn brand Malabrigo Rios, I think it's called. I'm really considering using it for my next knit. I'm just a little bit intimidated by it because I've heard some crazy blocking stories about superwash in general, and this is a superwash merino. I've also heard about the darker colours bleeding into the lighter colours. I would be using it for colour work. Like, is that only with like the pure black yarn, or is it just like with any saturated yarn over like a white contrast colour? Because I think that would be pretty devastating if I blocked a colour work piece and it just got ruined, because I've never worked with hand-dyed yarn, which I think that's what Malabrigo Rios is, and I've never worked with superwash actually. I've only heard scary stories about it, but I've also heard nothing but good things about it, like it being some of people's favourite yarns to use and being super soft whilst being like a natural fibre, which really interests me. It's not the cheapest either, which is why I'm looking for like opinions on it. And then I also wondered if anyone could guess what my next knit project is going to be. It's going to be the most like ambitious knit that I think I've ever done. I think it's time that I push myself again to try and like, I don't know, expand like my techniques and my understanding of knitwear, design, pattern writing in general. I did have a comment on my last video talking about maybe doing a similar style video where I discuss patterns that I think are good for introducing you to new techniques, and this pattern that I want to try definitely does introduce me to some new things. Some clues as to what it is. It is colour work, it is like a top, and it has I-cords. I-cords I've never made. I've seen some people use I-cord makers from Amazon, and I just wondered if anyone would recommend those or not recommend those. I've seen mixed reviews. I've seen some people say it's a game changer and saves them literally days of project time and just being able to make an I-cord in a couple of hours instead of a couple of days. And then other people have said it doesn't really work because the tensions don't match. Lola has joined me. This is Lola. Lola is 2. What have you got in your mouth? She's 2 and she's a Jack Russell cross. She's very cute. Yeah, so would you recommend an I-cord maker or would you just make it yourself? It's colour work, it's a top, it's got I-cords, and it's a new construction for me. It's not like a standard jumper or a standard top or anything like that. I've got a suspicion that it's going to be really popular, this pattern, because of some like modifications that have been done to it on Ravelry, but I don't see it around loads, so I'm not sure if anyone can guess what it is. But yeah, I'm really excited to continue with these socks and to continue watching some more documentaries whilst I've been knitting it. I felt like that's really helped me too. It's Wednesday now, so yeah, hopefully Thursday evening, Friday morning, I will have 2 socks and a finished pair for like the first time this year, actually. My first finished pair of socks this year. And then I think after I finished the socks, I'm gonna finish this guy. I've done like a fingerless version, so I did obviously it looks a little bit funky at the moment because it's not blocked or anything, but I did the Latvian braid, and then I just did 2 rows of knitting and 2 rows of purling, and then I've done the same on the thumb, but I really wanted the fish to be present on the thumb, so I have done this so much quicker than I thought I was going to. So 13 hours and 2 minutes to do a full pair. I honestly think the second one did take 6 hours, but I was being a little bit more lax with the timer because like with the first pair I was actually pausing it like every time that I wasn't knitting to get the most like accurate reading possible. But after I knit the first one, after like 6 hours, I just knew that like I was definitely going to be able to finish the challenge within 24 hours, so I think that's why it took the extra hour. But yeah, I really loved working with that yarn. It's also really soft. So some of my other socks that I've knit with Drops Fable, which I really like and think that it shows the colour work really well. It is a little bit scratchy, that's like the only thing. Both the pairs of socks that I've made now with West Yorkshire Spinners are really soft. Really love them. They've got like a really nice like rustic feel, and I mean like in terms of the way they look, not necessarily the way they feel. When you're like knitting with the yarn, it does feel quite rustic. So I'm trying to post a little bit more because at the moment I've been posting like once a month. I've been trying not to like agonize about that or like put too much pressure on myself to post even more because editing takes such a long time. This year I just really wanted to get on YouTube and like start posting stuff and like get over some confidence barriers I was having and just like start making stuff basically. So I did think like I could close this video off here and just say that I managed to like do it way quicker than 24 hours, but I also thought that maybe I could just carry on the timer and see like what else I can get done in the 24-hour window to try and get through the rest of the whips that I have on the go, because I have found it so hard this week not to buy yarn for like a new project, but I've told myself I'm definitely not doing that until I've at least finished like the cloud sweater. It is very nearly done, so that's like motivating. And I think having timed how long this took me, it has given me the like motivation to finish the rest of my stuff in the way that I thought it would, because I've actually completed so much more in like a much shorter time than I was expecting to be able to. It's Friday morning now, which is about when I thought I might finish them. I thought I might finish them last night. I really wanted to work on them last night and I did a few rows, but my wrists were just really hurting because I've been like drawing all day as well, and I had gone pretty like all in on this project like on the, because I think I started this on Tuesday, but I know that the first day I really like went all in on finishing the first sock, and then I worked all day, which requires me to like draw all day. I'll just take the next 11 hours of the 24-hour window that I've got for myself and I'll just do it a little bit more slowly. But I mean, if I've managed to create these in 13 hours, I really feel quite inspired for what I could create for the next 11 hours. And in terms of my like timeline for when I want to try and post videos, I think I would like to try and do it once every 2 weeks instead of once a month. I haven't really put that out there because I don't want to say like, oh, I'm going to post every 2 weeks and then not be able to, or post every month, whatever. And at the moment, like, YouTube is still like something that is quite intimidating to me, and I'm just trying to like build my confidence up and build my like content substance up, like actually make it something fun to watch. So yeah, I've just been trying not to put too much pressure on myself, but I do want to like create things for YouTube more regularly. So then if I gave myself like another week to finish off the challenge and edit the video, I should be able to get it up within like a 2-week window. And I feel like that's a little bit more sustainable, because then if I have a really busy week or family stuff going on or anything like that, I don't have to feel like I'm deviating too much from the routine, because I am pretty bad at that sometimes. I'm sure people can relate. If you put something in your mind that you're going to do it on Monday and then you don't do it on Monday, sometimes you have to wait for like the following Monday rather than just doing it on Tuesday. I'm definitely like one of those kind of people, which is really annoying actually for me, because sometimes I could just pick up where I left off, and I find that really hard. I'm trying to get over doing that, but I think if to the best of my ability I can avoid feeling like I've come away from the routine that I set out for myself, then it'll be better. So yeah, in terms of my ideas for what I want to finish in the next 11 hours, the first one is this Kitten Catch Mitten. I think I've shown it a few times already in this video. And literally all I need to do is cast off the thumb. So I think I'm going to do that first because it'll be super quick. I think I've got to do one more round of purling and then I am good to cast this off. So then that is done. I can weave in the ends, which is something I did do with the socks, which isn't that impressive because it's not colour work. It's literally like the top and the bottom, but I did do it. So, and then I did think about casting on the next Kitten Catch Mitten, which I might do towards the end. I think because it is unlikely that I'm going to finish a whole other mitten in the time frame that I've got left. I really miss working on my cloud sweater because I'm really into it at the moment and I want to like continue working on it. I think I'm going to come back to the cloud sweater, which this is where it currently is. So with this, I've done the collar, I've done pretty much the whole body, and then I've done almost a whole sleeve. I think I've used 4 and I think I've got 8. I finished most of the body having used 3, and I thought then I'd go onto the sleeve just to make sure, and I know now that I definitely will have enough because that sleeve was pretty much one hank of yarn completely. It's not quite finished, the sleeve, like I haven't done the cuff, and I think I want to add a few more like centimeters onto it, but it's not far off being done. I'll definitely be able to cover it with the yarn I've got left. So the body is very, very nearly done. Finish off the body because then that way I can actually try it on with the sleeves, and I feel like I have really long arms. I don't know, I feel like they're like disproportionately long for my already long body. I think if I can like try it on, then I'll get a better idea of like the sleeve length, because I always kind of struggle to trust the pattern's sleeve length, not because there's anything wrong with it, but because I think I just have really long arms. So first up, do the last round of purling on the mittens, and then unwind a couple of hanks for the cloud sweater, hopefully finish the body, and then I don't know, maybe I'll check in there and see like how long that takes me. Maybe we'll do the sleeve. In a crazy world, I finished the cloud sweater as well, but I don't think that's gonna happen, but who knows, we'll see. 24 hours of knitting is done. Oh my god, I have definitely got to find a better solution than sitting on this yoga mat, but I have done it. I have done the full 24 hours of knitting, and I feel like I learned quite a lot, and I've also finished a lot. Today is Monday. I can't remember the exact day that I started this challenge, but I want to say it was like Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday. So I haven't knit 24 hours straight because I have a job and I need to go to sleep and I need to do other things in my life, but I have done this like all in under a week, and I think that is what is so motivating actually about the whole thing, was that I have completed all of this stuff in under a week, definitely, and all within 24 hours, which is crazy. So what I'm going to do is go through everything that I actually managed to finish, or what I did in the 24 hours, and then I'm going to go through things that I learned from the 24 hours, things that surprised me. So the first thing that I did, you guys already saw, I made a pair of socks. So these were my original inspiration, my original project idea for the 24 hours. I wasn't even sure at the start of this challenge if I would get these done in 24 hours. I got these done in 12 hours. I think it was actually like 13, but that was because I was really like lax on the timing of the second one. Like little things like I'd be scrolling through Netflix to find a documentary and didn't pause it, that kind of thing. Or like if someone would come in to talk to me, like I was having a chat and not like focusing fully, just because I knew that I was definitely going to finish them in the 24 hours. So I knit these in 13 hours, could have been 12. And then I did think about like stopping the video, but then I thought it would be fun to see like how much I could actually get done in the 24 hours, because one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this was because I had so many unfinished whips and I didn't really like that. I do like having more than one project on the go. Originally when I started, I didn't. I would always just do one at a time, or what I would do is I'd do one, and then if I was really losing interest in it, then it would just not get finished. That rarely happens, to be fair, but it did happen a few times. Then this year I have definitely been knitting like more things all at once, but there was a couple of things that I wasn't getting finished, so I kind of wanted to like show myself how much I could get done in 24 hours to kind of motivate me to get the rest finished, like knowing that it's not actually going to take months of my life to finish that project. It's probably going to take hours. And so yeah, these were like a great insight into that, because I was like, oh my god, I could actually knit a whole pair of socks in under a day. Why do I have so many unfinished sock projects? And then the next thing that I did was this, which is my Kitten Catch Mitten by Florance Miller. Obviously there needs to be a pair, but what I did is I needed to do an extra few purl rounds on the thumb and then bound it off, and I wove in all the ends, which is something that I love to not do, but it wasn't actually that difficult. I love this yarn. This is Knitting for Olive merino. It's so soft and I just love the blue. I feel like it works really well for colour work. I'm not like super experienced with colour work. I haven't used lots of different yarns for it. I haven't used lots of different products, but I have used some. And this is definitely my favourite so far, was this Knitting for Olive yarn. And I feel like a couple reasons for that would be, one, the colour itself, like it's so vibrant and nice and it matches perfectly how it appears on the website, or at least to me. Like sometimes I've ordered yarns and it's not quite been what I thought it would be. That is exactly what I thought it would be. I feel like I've always had pretty good tension. It's something that I felt quite lucky when I started out that I didn't struggle too much with, but I have used some yarns that make that difficult, and I didn't find that at all with this. And yeah, I just absolutely love this yarn. I did contemplate casting on the second mitten. I wanted to see if I could finish my cloud sweat, which is insanely ambitious, but I got a lot further than I thought I would. So I think after I'd done this, I was at like the 15-hour mark. I spent like another 2 hours. I don't know if this gives a better indication, But I finished one sleeve, I finished the body, I finished the collar, I finished the body hem. I'm also probably not going to keep this on because it's actually boiling today. But I just wanted to show how much I did in the remaining, I think, 9 hours. I am insanely surprised at how much I managed to get through this. There was one delusional moment where I thought I might be able to finish the whole thing in the remaining time. So I think I started this on the 15-hour mark and I only had like 2/3 of the body done. So I had to do the last third of the body and then the body ribbing. And then I had another 4 centimeters or 6 centimeters, I think, to do on one of the arms because I just wanted to make sure I'd bought enough. Really soft. It's got like the rustic feel for whilst you're knitting it. I was really surprised at how far that went. I think I bought 8 tanks of that yarn, and I was really worried that I was going to need 10 because I knew I hadn't quite met gauge and I just didn't know if my maths was off. I think I'll use 5 because up until this point, so I've done the whole body, the collar, one whole sleeve, and I've just started on the other sleeve, maybe like 8 centimeters of the other sleeve, and I'm making the sleeves a little bit longer than what the pattern calls for to finish using the 4th tank. So I think I'm going to use 5 and I'll have 2 left over. So I'm really glad I didn't buy 10 because I needed half as much of that. They did have a brown that I very nearly went for, like a brown tweed. I think that would be amazing, and if I can find the right pattern for it, I would definitely use them again. It's a natural fiber that's really affordable, and now I know like how far it goes. I definitely knit with it again. I think I would need a different pattern though, not because I don't think the brown would look great for the cloud sweater, but my acrylic cloud sweater is in brown, so I didn't feel that I needed to. And I don't have any full blue jumpers, and I really liked the red flecks in this. It recommends using 4 to 5 millimeter needles. I've used 4.5. I think I would get a slightly denser looking fabric if I used a 4, but 5 was definitely way too gappy for my tension, but I'm pretty happy with the 4.5. I managed to knit a pair of socks, finish off a colorwork mitten, and finish the body and the sleeve and start a whole other sleeve of my cloud sweater, which is insane. I've learnt like a lot from this 24-hour challenge, and I think if anyone is in a rut with their knitting, or they're finding that they've got so many whips and they're just getting kind of like sidetracked by new ideas for new projects and not actually finishing anything, I would really recommend setting a timer and just seeing how much you get done. Because honestly, even in 2 hours, I was like shocked. Like I think it was like 2 hours and I was down to the heel of the first sock, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I wasn't expecting that at all. And I think doing little things like that, even if you do it for 6 hours or you did it for 12 hours, you can kind of really shock yourself with like how much you can get done in that time frame, which is really motivating, because I think sometimes you look at like a pile of projects or like any task really in life and feel a bit overwhelmed by like how long it's going to take you, and then usually when you start it, it doesn't take anywhere near as long as you think it will. I had read that in a couple of like productivity books to like set timers, because a lot of the time we're running late or we're running behind because we don't actually have a good concept of how long something takes. Like people will think a shower will take 10 minutes when actually it's going to take them 45. But we also do it in the reverse sometimes, where you think something's going to take you like a whole hour and it's actually only going to take 10 minutes. You think hoovering is going to take you, again, an hour and it's going to take you 5 minutes. So I don't know, I think that can just really help motivate you to get the things done that you want to get done. I think that's really nice to be able to take that away from a fun, creative challenge. I'm not too sure what I want to do for like my next video idea. I have some ideas, but if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see, yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.